Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today I'm going to be shipping out one of the Conoco signs. One of the subscribers bought one. He wanted the one off the old sign, so I'm shipping this one out, and I'm going to take some trash, but I also am shipping out some Hellcat pop sockets to Australia and the rest of the US. So if you are one of the people that got a pop socket, thank you, I appreciate it. I appreciate the guy that bought the Conoco sign, and I have a few more left, so gotta go do that. I'm also gonna go by Lowe's, grab some wood for that shell sign, actually wood for both the shell sign. All right, so just finishing up at the post office, and now I'm heading over to the junkyard. So let's install a toilet. It's been a while since I did one. This is pretty much what I'm gonna do. Gonna get rid of this with a new one. Just since they're letting me use the junkyard shop, I might as well just do this, and then I could, yeah, this thing doesn't work. So these are like super cheap anyway. They're like $100 after tax and everything, so it's not like that's that big of a deal. And yeah, I'll just do this. Give me one of these. That was you too fast. Look at that new toilet. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go up front. I need to ship the Conoco sign, but first I need to pack it up, and then I need to go over to my shop. I'm gonna try to get everything clean, get that whole area cleaned, get it, you know, cleaned up, etched, ready to go. So tomorrow I could put down the first coat of paint on it, and then the second coat, and then in 3 days I can park a car on it. Done over at the junkyard, I have a bed full of scrap, so I am going to take that over to the scrap yard. This is from the truck and the Hellcat, and it was just kind of sitting on the side of the building. I don't need anything off the stuff from the truck. I kept the stuff that I haven't pulled parts off for the Hellcat just in case I need some clips or screws or stuff like that. I pretty much stripped all those pieces. So let's go over to the scrap yard, get this stuff out of my bed, and then head over to the shop. Just pulling into the scrap yard, gonna get weighed and see how much I make off all this BS. She is a heavy girl. So you guys probably won't believe how much I got at the scrap yard, but it was almost not worth the time. It was $25. It's crazy because like 5 years ago, the scrap prices were so high, people were like stealing screen doors off of houses for the aluminum. And now, like, I had that full load with these huge truck radiators from my truck, and yeah, 25 bucks. So now we're off to the shop. So we are back at the shop today, and what I'm gonna do first is finish messing with the TIG welder. What I did yesterday was I pulled all the bolts out of it, except this one I couldn't get out. So I finally got that one. It is ready to come off the top cover, so I can look inside of it, inspect, see if there's any mice nests inside of it. If there isn't, I'll throw it back together. If there is, I'll clean it and then throw it back together, and then I can get the TIG welder set up, ready to go. And I had a regulator for my TIG, but I don't know what happened to it, so I ordered another one. I ordered some gas cups, one for titanium, a nice one for stainless, and then I have the ones already for aluminum, and they will, you know, they'll work really well. So yeah, I'm getting close with the TIG, and once I get the cups, I could do the FC exhaust. I wanted to do it yesterday, but then I realized that I didn't have any of this stuff set up, and I didn't have a way to weld it. So I now have the TIG close, the MIG is ready, but we'll get this stuff squared away. Once I get the cups, I could finish the FC exhaust. Is something I really want. I ordered mufflers for it. If you guys are on my Instagram, you saw the picture of me mocking the mufflers up to see how it'll look, and it's gonna be a really good FC exhaust. Got the top off the TIG welder, and you can see why these things weigh so much. Look at all the stuff inside of them, but that's also why they work so good. And I was looking in here, and it looks like I am gonna have to clean some stuff up. Back on this side, you can see a little bit of mouse poop right down there. And then over here, there's a nest. So I'm gonna pull the side covers off, get the vacuum in there, vacuum it out, put the covers back on, and I should be good to go. So it doesn't look like they probably were in the coil area, but it doesn't look like they did anything to it. It just looks like they built a nest under the fan. So I think we'll be all right. So it isn't too bad in there, but I definitely didn't want all of this stuff blowing through the fan, and it will just be a lot better cleaned up. So mice, I don't know what their deal is, but they're dicks. So I got all the mouse poop and everything from that nest cleaned out, vacuumed out, and up here as well. So it is ready to go. I'm gonna give it a quick wipe down. It has all this weird, like, crystally looking stuff. I'm not sure what that is, but this looks weird. I'm trying to get it. See it? So it's all like crystally. I'm not sure what that is. That wasn't there before because I had this apart. One thing I think might have happened was when the coolant, the cooler tote broke, all the coolant went in here and maybe it crystallized, or maybe that's like from the mice. I'm not exactly sure what that's from, but it's weird. After taking this one apart, I'm probably going to remove the bottom cover on my MIG welder just to make sure. I did turn it on. I looked inside, and this goes directly into that side cover, which there wasn't anything in there. But I just want to make sure after seeing what was in here. I mean, these things have a lot of current going through them. This one especially has a lot of current. That one not as much, but anything like the littlest nest could start the hugest fire. So I'd rather be safe than sorry, and I'll get this cleaned up, pull the cover on that homie, get this thing cleaned up, and then we'll move on to clean this area up over here. Put the covers back on the TIG welder, and I'm just gonna give her a fire up to make sure she turns on and everything is okay. It's not making any weird crazy noises. And yeah, TIG welder, first start. I got her plugged in, and let's see what happens. There we go. Hell yeah, boys. Pretty close. I'm gonna run over to Walmart and find a new tote really quick. All right, so I think I found a tote matched up with the old one. You can see the crack in the bottom. I also got some of this stuff. I just got back from the store, so this is the tote I'm going to use. I'm gonna pull these little doors off because I don't need them anymore. I'm gonna put some of this anti-slip stuff down on the backside where the cooler is gonna sit, and then I could throw the pump back on, throw the cover on the pump, set everything up, and then test it out and make sure it's actually gonna function as it's supposed to. I also had to go back in the store and get some coolant and some distilled water. So I think I'll probably need some more distilled water. I just got 3 gallons. Should be fine, good to test it. Got the TIG all set up now. I haven't tried the pump yet. Glad I tried to test the TIG welder. It is not striking an arc. So what I'm gonna do is pull the top cover, inspect the wiring, make sure that there isn't anything that I didn't see before chewed through. The foot pedal seems like it's working correctly. The water pump or the cooler seems like it's working. I need to put a radiator on here. That's where this hose is supposed to go. There's supposed to be a radiator mounted right here. So I'll probably do that eventually, but I had it before just routed back into the thing. I don't know why that hose or how it got cut like that, but yeah, that hose is supposed to be in the thing because the coolant is supposed to go through a radiator and back in to cool it down. So let's get this top off of here once again, figure out what's going on with this, and try to get this TIG welder working again. I don't know why it wouldn't be working, but it might just be something stupid. The top is back off the welder. I took the cooler off, and I could tell the foot pedal is working because when I have it on, it's triggering the relay. So I'm guessing, so the fan works, and you can see that it's triggering that relay for the foot pedal. So the foot pedal works. I just don't know. It has to be something kind of stupid because there's mice in here. It doesn't look like the mice were like on any of this wiring though, and I just don't know. I don't see any chewed through wires or anything. It doesn't even look like they got all the way to the top up here. There was no mouse droppings up here. There wasn't any on top of the fan. So, I mean, I really don't know what it could be, and they're not going to chew through these big transformers right here, so I don't think it's that. It just has to be like maybe they like unplugged something, but I'm gonna have to find it. So I'm gonna continue looking, try to figure out where this is at, and maybe it's just because I don't have gas hooked up to it. I'm not making any headway with the TIG. It looks like something may have burned out previously. I'm not exactly sure what happened with this thing, but the good thing is I pulled the side cover on the MIG, and Miller kind of learned their lesson. Maybe they had complaints about mice making nests in TIGs because they don't get used a lot, and these are huge, but there isn't a way for them to get in here, so there wasn't any mice in here. There's no nest. It's really nice. So everything's still nice and clean. I just tried it out. Works flawlessly like it did before. I shouldn't have any issues with it. I bought this thing. It was pretty much new when I bought it, so should be good to go there. I'm going to put the side cover back on, get it all back together, and she should be okay. From there on, I should have a working MIG, which is good. But the TIG, I am not exactly sure what's going on. So it may just be a foot pedal. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't diagnosed anything, but what I tried was I hooked the gas up to it. If I have these two switches on, the gas won't turn on when I hit the foot pedal, but if I turn them off and then back on, it thinks it's the foot pedal, I think, turning on, and it just the gas will just continue to run. So it's like the foot pedal might not be working maybe. And it might not be the foot pedal because it seems like the potentiometer inside of it, it has contact, so it's working. It seems like it's working. It's also triggering that relay inside the thing, so it may be something to do with these two switches right here. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm going to have to diagnose it, which I really don't feel like doing right now because, like I said before, I want to get this area cleaned up, washed, and etched, which I really don't think is going to happen tonight. I probably could at least get most of it cleaned up and get it ready to wash tomorrow, because I really don't think I have until Thursday. The parts for the Hellcat will be here, and by Thursday I want to have this area clean and ready for the Hellcat to park right here. So I have till Thursday. I want to have it done before Thursday, so let's get working on this. I'm going to throw this stuff back together on the MIG. I'll put the covers back on the TIG, so it's just all back together. I'll just set them on there, and then I'll just kind of work on it later because I'm going to have to troubleshoot it. I don't have my multimeter down here, anything like that. I feel like it's something to do with those switches, maybe the foot pedal, maybe a combination. One thing, this was actually pretty warm, so I'm not sure. I'm going to have to go through it. It's an electrical thing, and I mean, I'll figure it out sooner or later. So I doubt these coils are bad, but I'm not exactly sure. It should be getting power. It turns on and everything, and the power switch should trigger from the main power that powers the transformers. So I'm not sure. So let's get to cleaning this and try to get as much done as we can tonight. The welders are all now situated. The MIG is good to go. The TIG needs diagnostics, so I just stuck it back together just so it wasn't in a million pieces right now. Later on, I'll fix this thing, but for now, I'm gonna be back over here. Got all of the random stuff off of the spot that I need to clean. All that's left is the tools and the stuff I need to scrap and the stuff I need to throw away. The plan is tomorrow I'm gonna come in, move these tools. I'm gonna have to use the engine hoist to lift up the press. I'm gonna have to use the engine hoist to lift up the parts washer and move it, and the tire machine. The blasting cabinet I can move by myself. It's pretty light, and the air compressor as well. It walks really nice. So I'll move the parts washer in the corner where it's supposed to be. Then I'll move the press and the tire machine over here. The air compressor, I'll probably just stick it right here for now. I'm not exactly sure where I'm gonna stick the air compressor yet. After that, I'll do a really heavy coat on the edge right here, and then I'll do a light coat in the center. That should be good with the 2 gallons. And then I'll get another 2 gallons. And then once that stuff is dried on the edge, I'll set the tire machine, the press, and then I could do the center, a nice recoat, and coat this area with a whole nother 2 gallons, and over here and probably right here. That's the end of this episode, and the shop is coming together extremely nice. There's still a lot to do. Moving is always a process. So if you like these videos, click the subscribe button, comment below, thumbs up if you like the video, and see you guys tomorrow.